I'll brace myself for all this pain, erase myself and start again. Grab a hold of me and throw me in the deep
Thank you. All right, might be having a few technical issues. Let me see if I can get this mic volume turned up. But aside from that, if you're just tuning in, don't be shy, say hello. And we will get this party, or the show on the road. That's what I was trying to say. Show on the road. Hello, check 1, 2. There we go. That's a little more like it. Part of me was worried I didn't have my settings dialed in properly. But of course not. No, it's just that preamp. Now, the good news is it shouldn't be much longer before I get this darn thing replaced with something that's not going to cut out on me. But either way, hopefully you were still able to enjoy the song. Let me catch up with the chat. For anyone just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. It is stream number 200. Kind of crazy, huh? We've been doing 200 of these, and I appreciate it's been so nice getting to meet many of you and getting to know you all. I appreciate your support and developing friendships with each of you and all the fun conversations we've had and game time and sharing music and all kinds of fun activities. It's been really nice being to do that with all of you. And really none of this matters without you guys tuning in. So I definitely appreciate those of you who continue to show up and appreciate your support. And I'm looking forward to this evening's stream. We're going to be doing a game night. Some of you know we have the very fun tier list game. We're going to be playing that. But there might be a twist on it. If we have enough players, I think we're going to try to team up. We did that last time, and I figured 200 being doubles, we might try to team up and do teams of 2 for the game night. But we'll see. We'll see if we have enough people tuning in for that. Jack was saying, we were talking with Jack. I see we've got Becky and Silas in the chat. Good to see you all. Anyone else pop in? All right. Let me catch up with the chat here. Jack and I were talking about the week. Jack's saying it's been okay. Definitely much colder than it was a couple weeks ago. It's definitely colder here also because it actually snowed this morning. I woke up and there was snow outside. It's always beautiful to look at. And to be honest, it didn't really change my plans all that much because I do most of my work from home anyway. Sorry, excuse me. And I was a little concerned about the stream, though, because as you know, usually I do these streams on Fridays. But yesterday, I do my streams here at the church, and they were holding a special service here, and I obviously can't be interruptive, didn't want to be interruptive of that. And so I was kind of waiting it out to see, are they going to wrap things up in time for me to set up and do the stream? But at some point, it was showing that, no, there's not going to be enough time, and it would just be easier to reschedule. So I rescheduled the stream for today, Friday, and as you might know, it snowed this morning, and so then I was like, darn it, don't tell me I'm going to have to cancel the stream. But thankfully, it stopped snowing eventually, and even though we had a good bit, it kind of started melting, the roads cleared up, and so there's still snow on the ground, but the roads were clear enough to drive, so I was able to make it here and get the stream happening. Just to give you guys kind of a heads up, I don't know this for certain. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure, but I have a feeling the streams are going to change to Fridays. So I think it's still going to be 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I think going into 2026, I'm going to try to move my schedule around a little bit, and I do think the streams are going to start happening on Fridays. That's not 100% confirmed, but that is a plan that I intend to try to make happen. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Happy 200th channel anniversary, Quincy. Well, thank you, Becky. Much appreciated. Appreciate you tuning in. Huzzah! Hey, Silas, appreciate you tuning in. Here's our highlighted lyric. Your smile's so deceptive that it almost looks real. Well, it must be hard to fake what you do not really feel. Yep, that was the song Say That It's Over. That one is available on Spotify and other streaming platforms. So if you enjoyed that song, you can certainly listen to it again. Just to give you guys a heads up, I'll fill you in on a little bit. But long story short, I'm actually a little... I might have to hold back on my vocals a little bit today. I was getting over some cold, but more than that, I just haven't really... I've been so busy lately that I haven't really been practicing singing. Haven't been playing much guitar either. So we'll see how this evening's stream goes. But to be honest, I'm not sure I'm going to totally rock it this evening. So I might have to kind of hold back on the vocals a little bit. Guitar playing might be a little sloppy, but hey, we'll still have fun. Becky's saying, I apologize to whoever is on my team today. I haven't been sleeping very well. My brain is not performing great. But don't worry. It sounds like we all have our performance issues this evening. So I think we'll be just fine. We'll still have fun. Let's see here. Yeah, Silas, how was your Thanksgiving? I think Silas is the only one I can talk to about Thanksgiving because Jack, I think you in Canada had yours a month earlier. And Becky, I don't know that you celebrate Thanksgiving particularly, but hopefully you were still able to be thankful for something last week. Hopefully all of you are thankful for something every day. That's the way to live. Like, find something to be thankful for every day. Live with gratitude. But yes, Silas, I'd be curious too. How was your Thanksgiving? And yeah, I'll be praying for both of you as well. Praying Becky and Jack that you guys are sleeping well. Let's see here. Been kept awake by really loud wind and rain. Also, the internet may stop working because of the wind and rain. So sounds like a lot of stormy weather. Thanks for rescheduling. I know December is a very busy time. Yep, it's definitely a busy time. So I appreciate all of you understanding and being patient. Just keep that in mind. Like, as far as I intend, we should have at least a couple more streams. And then the last 2 weeks, I always take off. I take off from music lessons that I give part-time, and I take off from streams. And that's, time to celebrate with the family and just be available and kind of relaxing, but also making preparations to transition into next year. So if things go smoothly, we should still have a couple more streams, but do be aware that it is a busy time of year. Things pop up, schedules conflict. So just kind of be on your toes and understand that this month might not play out as smoothly as regular months do. Thanksgiving was pretty great. I had quite a bit of family from out of town who came, and we had a great time. Dinner was great. Some of us played games and other stuff. Yeah, the three of us are like the usual three viewers. Yep, you two, you three, sorry, are the VIPs, that's for sure. Jack, I'm praying that you'll get some better sleep as well. Let's see here. Yep, Becky and Jack, hoping you all get some sleep. Yeah, thanks for the emojis, Jack. I like the idea of Friday streams. Well, that's good. I'm glad you like that idea. Especially, I know, hey, we got Fab in the chat. Hey, Fab, appreciate you tuning in. How was your Thanksgiving? Fill us in on that. But yeah, Becky, with you being in the UK, I know you kind of stay up late for these streams. So Fridays may work better for you if you don't have any obligations on Saturday mornings. So yeah, I've done a few streams on Fridays before. Like sometimes when I have to reschedule, Friday is kind of the makeup day. But yeah, so that's a potential change that could happen. And hey, we're all here on Friday today. So I figure if it works this time, it could probably work regularly. Let's see here. Watched YouTube videos of British kids trying Thanksgiving dinner for the first time while I ate my frozen pizza. Yep, sounds like Thanksgiving. My Thanksgiving was food coma inducing, so it sounds like you ate yourself into a sleep. Well, I'm glad you're able to wake up in time for the stream. So, but that's good. I'm glad you enjoyed some good food. Yeah, and sounds like put me on Fab's team. I won't be letting him down because he won't be here the whole stream anyway. That's funny. Yeah, Fab, if you do stick around, we're thinking of teaming up. We're trying to do pairs of two if we can for this competition. And thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely on the up and up. I'm getting over a little bit of stuff, but I'm definitely over the hill of it, and I'm getting better. My dad is just getting over a nasty bug. He was so ill he actually burst an eardrum. Sheesh, man. Well, I hope he recovers from that. I hope that's nothing like, too serious, but that sounds pretty rough. Yeah, I had a bit of a bug too. I got some kind of stomach bug a while back, and then kind of got over that, but have been dealing with some nasal stuff, and it hasn't been like excruciatingly bad, but it's just been kind of annoying. But I'm definitely over the hill, getting better. It's clearing up. But it's more so, it's been a combination of that, and I've been busy with some boring stuff. So I've got plans to update like my computer. Like the operating system on my computer is kind of out of date. Long story short, the program I use for recording music is actually an old program. And some of you have seen that. I've done streams and people have even commented like, why does your recording software look like super old? And it's because it is old. But I'm finally getting to that point where it's like it's time to make some upgrades. To be honest, even during this stream right now, usually I have a display where I can see myself, and I think YouTube has made some changes, and for some reason it is black. Like I can't see myself right now. I checked on my phone, and I know I'm coming through, and obviously you guys are replying. You guys are seeing the stream. So I know everything's streaming fine, but I can't see myself like I normally can. And so that could be just because my operating system is out of date, so I don't have the latest version of Google Chrome. And this is kind of the time of year where it's like, you know what? If I'm going to get everything updated, now's the time to do it. So I'm getting my computer updated, operating system updated. I'm going to be purchasing the next or the current version of Logic Pro, which is the recording software that I use. Going to get that updated. But the problem is I have all these templates and like all these settings for my sounds. So I've been having to get screenshots of all my settings and save them in folders. And I'm having to back up stuff onto external hard drives. And it's all that kind of stuff. It's just really tedious, annoying kind of work. And it's been taking a lot longer than I'd like it to. So it's the longer it takes, like the more I want to get it done. So I start kind of like I'm not taking much time to do other things. I'm kind of just prioritizing this, and then every now and then I pull away to get some exercise and eat some food. But other than that, I definitely haven't been like practicing vocals lately or anything like that. So it's not just the cold or the sickness. It's if I haven't really practiced vocals, it's a lot harder to sing. So I might be a little out of vocal shape. Let's see here. Fab saying I'm currently working out a bug. It was really not well this last weekend. Well, I hope you get over the bug you're dealing with. Yeah, and Silas asking how's writing Poison going. Well, based off of what I said, if you can probably guess I haven't done any songwriting. So I was looking at Poison. I wanted to write it, and I'll be honest, it's not going to come out this year. I haven't made any progress on it because I've been updating. It's more like I'm taking time to invest in like the next 5 years of stuff, you know? So it's like I'm getting my computer updated. It's more than just a convenience. One, it's kind of a necessity, but it's also an investment to prepare myself for future stuff. So I was hoping to get Poison done. I know you guys were looking for it. It's definitely going to be the next song to come out, but it's probably not going to come out this year. I've just got too many other things that I'm trying to get taken care of first. But the nice thing is once I get all that stuff taken care of, then it should be a much smoother system, a much smoother process for getting songs created. So there's still songs coming, still plenty of songs coming. Just unfortunately, they've had to be delayed for a little bit. So sorry to disappoint, but if you guys can be patient, don't worry. Poison's coming, just not as soon as we hoped. I'll definitely let you know when I start working on it. Like when I'm writing and I'm like, hey, I'm working on Poison. Because usually I'll set a deadline, like a goal. So I'll let y'all know when I'm working on it and what the expected release date would be. That's kind of interesting. Yeah. Did anyone notice when you click thumbs up on Quincy's channel, it turns into music notes for a second? Maybe it has something to do with my channel being an official music channel or something like that. I think other channels, if you click thumbs up, depending on the type of channel, it'll do a little emoji or something like that. Yeah, sounds like Fab might be dealing with snot faucet has slowed to a drip, but dang it, the plumber might be required. Yeah, that's almost worse. It's like it gets better, but there's still like annoying stuff to deal with when it comes to nose stuff. Yeah, hope all of you are feeling better. Get you plenty of vitamin C, drink a lot of water, get plenty of sleep. Tomorrow I will go see Wicked for good with a friend. Well, I hope it's good. I think I heard it was pretty good. If you liked the first one, you'll probably like the second one. That's kind of what I heard about it. There's a few good things coming out. Let's see here. That's Quincy. Okay, Quincy, we have Poison to look forward to next year. Yeah, it'll probably be the first release of next year. So we'll see. But I appreciate that. Thank you, Becky. All right, I think we're going to get some games going. As far as New Year's resolutions, I'll probably talk about that in a later stream. As we're getting closer to the new year. during this time, it's definitely a transition period. I feel like I'm ending kind of one chapter and getting ready for the next chapter. So it's not so much resolutions, but more like goals. I'll probably spend the end of this month reflecting on this year and seeing what worked, what didn't work. This has actually been a great year. Like, I'll be honest, I don't want to go on a whole tangent here, but this is like one of the best years I've had in a long time. And that's not to say that I've had bad years. It's just there's been a lot of kind of mundane, routine kind of years, not bad, but not great. And this was a year, my word for this year was intentionality. And I really made an effort to get out and have more experiences, tried to learn things, really thought about the future I want to invest in and started making changes towards that. A lot of things, and I started trying to develop some new habits that I've seen nice results from. And I'm very excited for things that I have planned and things that are developed. So it's been a really great year. So I'm looking forward to reviewing this year and then setting goals for next year. And even this whole computer update thing, a big part of the reason I'm doing this is because of some of the big plans that I have in the works for the year to come. So yeah, now is kind of the time where it's like, how do I say? It's kind of like pull back a little bit from the battlefield, I guess you could say. Take a break from the battlefield, go to home base, and it's like kind of restructure the plan a little bit. It's like review it, see what worked, what didn't work, refine it, and then 2026 we come out with the new improved plan, and we hit it hard for that. So definitely excited for 2026, but 2025 has been a great year. So I'm sure I'll share goals and such. That might be more of a January thing once I actually have a chance to review and plan those things. All right. When I click thumbs up on other channels, it shows confetti instead. Yeah, not sure what the deal with. All I can suggest is Google. Google might have an answer for why that is. All right. Cool. All right, well, let's get this game going. How about we do Becky and Fab and Silas and Jack? I think that would be good. Let me get this up where you guys can see it. And you might have to let me know that it's all okay, like that you guys can see it okay. Let's see here. We've got Becky. Whoops. There we go. And we need here. Where's Fab at? There he is. All right. And then we need Jack. And Silas. All right. Here we go. So we are going to get this show on the road, get this game started. I will quickly go over the rules. So for anyone just tuning in, it's not too late. In fact, it's never too late to join in on the game. It's not too late. It's never too late. Name that song. All right. Let's see here. Okay, cool. So here are the rules for the tier list game. Just a quick overview of how this works. So basically, we're all on a tier. We're starting at the bottom of the list on F tier. The goal is to get up to S tier. You've got a partner. So this time, both of you, whoever gets the answer or passes the challenge correctly, you both get to advance in rankings. So each round, you get to advance. First person to make it to the top wins. But there are some perks that are unlocked along the way. So for one, first person, as soon as somebody makes it to C tier, anyone below C tier will get 2 points for their next win. So if you're in F tier, your next point will get you up to C tier, so you'll be tied with first. If you're in D tier, your next point will actually get you past C tier and go right to B tier. As soon as someone makes it to A tier, all tiers will get 2 points for their next win. So basically, if you're in A tier and someone's in B tier can still win. If they answer their question, they get to pass A tier and they can make it to S tier and take the win. And then anyone below, they don't have to answer as many questions to catch up. They'll be able to catch up pretty quickly. So that just keeps it fun, keeps it challenging. Google is permitted. Google is allowed because, again, if nobody knows the answer, it's not fun. And it's always going to take longer to Google the answer than someone who knows the answer offhand. So that is permitted, unless I say otherwise. Sometimes we do riddles, and riddles are kind of the only thing where I request that you don't use Google. And it's more of a trust policy, honor policy, you know. I think riddles are more fun when you try to figure them out. And I try to pick riddles that aren't too difficult. Like if you think just a little outside of the box, usually you can figure them out. And just to clarify, in the chat, you can set your chat. If you look at the top left corner, you can change top chat to live chat, and that should show the actual live stream of the chats, what chats are coming in first. But just to clear from confusion, I will always pick the first answer I see. So there are times where sometimes I'll read someone's comment. It's showing up on my screen first, but maybe on your screen for some reason it's not showing up first. And just to clear from confusion, I'm always going to go with what I see on my screen. But I think if everyone switches to live chat, that usually fixes that problem. Which, speaking of being live, do make sure that you are caught up with the stream. Make sure you're live. You don't want to be delayed or you'll be at a disadvantage. All right. Let's see here. Yep, Silas, me and Captain Jack Sparrow. That's right. All right, let's see here. Yep, that's right. Becky's saying remember to switch to live chat. A little bit of chat about Stranger Things. Yeah, Fab saying, Becky, you better carry us. Becky's done pretty good. She's won a few of these, so I think y'all will make a good team. Aye, aye, Captain. All right. Yeah, Becky's saying, sorry, I have narrow shoulders. Well, do what you can with them to see if you can carry them. All right. I think we're just about ready to go. Cool, cool. Everyone, give me a thumbs up if you are ready to go. And again, if anyone's just tuning in, it's not too late. Yes, we're trying to do teams of 2, but we can have solo teams, and then, if someone pops up, they can be on their own, and then the next person to pop up can be their partner. So that'll be nice. If someone tunes in and they kind of advance some, and then someone else tunes in, they can join that next person. It's like that person doesn't have a partner. So there's a strategy right there. All right. Fab says no, so that means we all know that means yes. And Jack, let me know if you're still out there, Jack. Captain Jack. Yep. All right. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. All right. I've got a movie quote. First person to name the title of this movie gets the point. What movie is this from? Ooh. Ah. That's it. I'm not going. Anyone know what that's from? This is from the same movie. Stupid, ugly, out of date. If I can't find something nice to wear, I'm not going. Ooh. Ah. That's it. I'm not going. Anyone know what that's from? What is the name of the movie? Fab asking one more time, please. So the whole thing, the whole scene. Napoleon Dynamite? No, not Napoleon Dynamite. Man, I'm surprised. No one's got this yet. It's a pretty distinctive scene. It's a funny scene. Stupid, ugly, out of date. If I can't find something nice to wear, I'm not going. There's a yodeler. Yodeloo. And then he comes back in. Ooh. Ah. That's it. I'm not going. Stepbrother. Wow, I can't believe I don't know this. Let me think if I can think of another quote from the same movie. Let's see here. Even if I wanted to go, my schedule wouldn't allow it. Got nothing? All right, my schedule wouldn't allow it. Darn, I don't know if I can remember that quote. I can't cancel that again. I can remember like tidbits of it. Oh, here's one. And for the rest of you, he goes, this is his and now it's hers, and this is hers and now it's theirs. And for the rest of you, Jerry duty, Jerry duty, Jerry duty. There you go. Becky's got it. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That's right. Jerry duty, Jerry duty, Jerry duty, blackmail, eviction notice. Yep, that is from the 2000 Grinch movie, How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey. Hey, no Google is permitted. You can't cheat, really. I actually don't know if there's really a way to cheat in this game, unless you can somehow go into the future and get the answer. But yes, that is correct. So way to go, Fab, getting on the board here. So let's see. Becky and Fab will move up to D tier. Yeah, so for context, if you guys weren't sure what was going on in those scenes, so the Grinch gets invited to... You haven't seen it? Man, that is my favorite Christmas movie, arguably. It's tied with something else, but that's one of my favorite Christmas movies. So, what happens in that scene, if you're wanting for context, Cindy Lou Who, the little girl who's trying to befriend the Grinch. No one likes the Grinch, and they kind of want to keep him away, and he wants to stay away from them. He's kind of angry and bitter, but she wants to kind of build bridges and kind of, reunite. And so she invites him to their Who festival, their Who Fest or whatever. And he's deciding whether or not he wants to go. And he's trying to find an outfit, but he can't find anything nice to wear. And so, of course, he makes it kind of silly and stuff. But he ends up finding this one outfit, and it's just kind of a funny scene of him trying it out. And so that's why he's looking in the mirror, and he's like, ooh, that's it, I'm not going. He's like acting like he likes it for a second, and then he just, he decides, no, I'm not going, So he's having this, like, internal struggle with himself. Like, part of him wants to go, but he, part of him clearly wants to go, but he's trying to convince himself, like, no, I can't go. So I'm not going to go. Santa Claus is coming to town is my fave. Yep. All right. If I Google, I get booted out of YouTube. No worries. My cat just walked in while I was Googling and wondered why I was ignoring her. Yep, no worries. You had some competition to go. All right. Go ahead. Yep, Die Hard's my favorite. That's a good one as well. I might need to watch that pretty soon. I'm definitely going to be watching Christmas movies over the next few weeks. So, all right, give me a thumbs up if you are ready for the next one. We've got this one. There isn't a specific answer. There's actually going to be multiple answers. Jack's saying A Christmas Story is mine. Yep, those are all good picks. Yeah, my nephew's birthday is this month, and we kind of celebrated a little early, but we had a movie night with the family, and we watched the movie I'll Be Home for Christmas. So I don't know if you guys have seen that, but that's a good one. And that was a fun one to watch. All right, everyone's ready. Here we go. I'm going to ask for a song from a certain band. You can name any song from this artist, okay? First person to name a song by the band Tool. That is Tool. We're looking for any song from the band Tool. Yep, you can name any song from Tool. I almost said fool. I was reading Fab. Schism, that's right. Yep. And Fab, you were right behind, but Silas got it first. So way to go, Silas, getting you and Jack on the board. So we got some good competition happening here. Yep, there we go. All right. Some of you know my song Waking Up. Someone had commented on that and said it kind of gave them a Tool vibe, and I thought that was cool. I could definitely hear it. It wasn't intentional, but it was kind of cool that it sort of came out that way. It kind of makes sense, because I always thought Tool kind of sounded like Chevelle, but a little more proggy, like a little more vibey and kind of experimental. And so it made sense. I really like Chevelle, but I also like prog metal and tech metal. So when I try to kind of make a Chevelle-ish kind of riff, but then sort of be more vibey with it or more prog with it, then it kind of makes sense that it comes out sounding like Tool a little bit. All right. Good stuff. All right. Let me know. Boo, latency. Hey, make sure you're tight. Make sure you're caught up with the stream. All right. No, that was good. Good effort. I am unfamiliar with Tool. They're pretty good. I'll say this. They're cool. They've got a few songs that I like. I'm not going to say I'm a huge fan, but they're a good band, and they've got some cool songs. They've got a few songs I like. Tool fans are very passionate. I will say that. They're one of those bands. You know those bands that their fans, like, I hate to say this, but the fans can kind of make or break the artist, That's me being nice, but let's just say Tool has some very passionate fans of their music, and so they're also very defensive of their music, so let's say that. But as a band themselves, they're good. They're cool. If you like kind of more progressive, kind of vibey stuff, and if you like Chevelle, then you might like Tool. Don't compare them too much to Chevelle. Again, try to anticipate that it's going to be a little more experimental, a little more vibey, but they're pretty good. All right. Go ahead and say, I'm ready. Let's go. Bring it on. Let me know if you're ready for the next one. Fab saying, shame. Get familiar. Yep. That's all right. All right. Fab's ready with no. Thumbs up from Becky. Waiting on. Yep, there we go. It's on like Donkey Kong. I like it. All right. This one, everyone gets a chance to answer. I'm going to pick my favorite answer, okay? So this isn't about the fastest answer. This is about the smartest answer, the best answer, okay? Who is the best male vocalist in rock and metal? Okay, so you can name any vocalist, any male vocalist in genres like rock and metal. That's what we're looking for. I will Pac-Man you, Silas. Got some gamer arguing happening here. It can be any male vocalist. Too subjective. Exactly. That's why I get to pick. So there's kind of two ways you can play this. You can either pick the one that you think is best, or you can kind of play to me, which, to be honest, I'm fairly objective, but it is going to be subjective. I'm the one picking. And so you can try to kind of play to me and say, like, who would Quincy think is the best? That's kind of the strategy. But it doesn't really matter. Like, what's fun about this question is whoever's playing, they might make a different recommendation each time. And I just have to pick my favorite from the ones that you select, the nominations. So we got Freddie Mercury. That's a great pick. Yep, really good. We've got Perry, Adam Gontier. That's a good one, too. It's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. All right. Silas, have you got one? Wait for a moment, see if Silas has got a pick. Trying to put myself in Quincy's shoes. Quincy likes Neil Diamond. I got to be honest, I know the name Neil Diamond. I've probably heard his music. But the fact, I'd have to Google him to be like, what songs has he done? Or what band is he in? I know the name. If someone says Neil Diamond, I'm like, I know he's a famous artist. But I couldn't name one of his songs off the top of my head. I'd have to look him up. Sweet Caroline, Sweet Caroline. Do, do, do. I think that's it. All right. Yeah, Becky laughing. Tom Jones. All right, we'll wait just a little longer. Silas, if you're out there, if you got a pick, John Cooper of Skillet. All right. Okay, here we go. Those are our submissions. We got John Cooper of Skillet. Good pick. I actually think John Cooper is a great, I love his voice, great vocalist, and a good frontman. Fab was naming a bunch of them, but I guess we'll go with Perry or Neil Diamond. I don't know, Fab, if you had an official pick. But Becky was really, I'm going to be honest, off the ones y'all mentioned, it really comes down to Freddie Mercury and Adam Gontier. And I'm sort of torn between this. I think if I was being objective, I think I'd have to say Freddie Mercury, especially if we're talking, well, let me clarify the question. We are talking male vocalist here. We're not necessarily talking frontman. So the question was, or the challenge was, best male vocalist. Freddie's got a great singing voice, but and so does John Cooper. So that's kind of funny. Yeah, if we were talking frontman, I think I'd have to go Freddie. Freddie, I don't know. I don't know if he can be matched. There's like a few others that can match him, but we're not necessarily talking frontman. We're talking, yeah, Chester would have been a good one. But if we're talking singing voice, the funny thing is, like, if we're talking frontman, like, John Cooper wouldn't quite make it there for me. But if we're talking singing voice, I actually really like John Cooper's singing voice. But I like Adams, too. And they're both kind of in the same ballpark. They definitely both have that great, like, grit on their voice. But if we're talking vocalist, I think I got to go Adam Gontier. So there we go. Great picks. So we're going to give it to Becky and Fab. So Fab, even though you made like 1 million nominations, I mean, you still won. You and Becky got the point. So I think for favorite vocalist, or best male vocalist, I'm going to go with Adam Gontier. I've always liked his voice. So I think it's kind of like, yes, he's got that grit, but he's also got like a very distinctive and like really unique tone. So he's a good pick. Good pick, Becky. Everyone had good picks, but yes, that's going to be the point. But hey, since Becky and Fab are in C tier, that unlocks the 2-point perk for everyone below. So Jack and Silas, your next point, you actually get to skip C tier and go to B tier. So that's pretty great. We got a good competition happening here. We're going to take a brief intermission so I can play a song for you all. And then we will hop right back into it. All right. So give me just a second to get my backing track set up. But we've got a good competition happening here. Let's see what my next song is. Okay. This next song is the new one. You guys have heard it. Thanks for checking out the video and commenting on it. You guys have shared some nice comments. But my song, Pull the Trigger, was released a few weeks ago. And there's been a couple videos that have posted about that. So I'm going to play it for you here. We'll see how it goes. Again, like I said, my voice might not be up to par tonight. But we'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. And if you, by chance, have not heard this song yet, it is available on streaming and wherever you listen to music. Spotify, you can find it there. So this is the new one. Hope you like it. This one's called Pull the Trigger. All right, here we go. Thought you died a long time ago. I had left you in a 6-foot hole. From time to time in my memory, I'll receive a visit from your ghost. I can tell you're just a dream by the way you place your lips on me. But it's never what it seems when I wake up to reality. I wish I'd had the nerve to say it. I had the shot and didn't take it. Now it's too late. Moment doesn't wait forever. So next time I'll just pull the trigger. I have tried so hard to forget, but I guess you can't outrun regret. It was only for a moment, but the scene keeps playing in my head. You had caught me by surprise, and you wrapped your arms around my side. I knew the time was right, but instead I only said goodbye. I wish I'd had the nerve to say it. I had the shot and didn't take it. Thank you. There we go. That is the new song, Pull the Trigger. Hope you all enjoy that. And again, it is available on Spotify. And if you like to download music, you can actually download it from my Bandcamp. So be sure to do that. Speaking of which, let me actually get that link posted in the chat. But for anyone just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry, usually when these streams are about to start, I mean to swap out the pinned link. So let me get that taken care of real quick. There we go. So yes, if you want to check out my music on Spotify or download it from Bandcamp, you can do so in that link right there. Let's catch up with the chat, and then we'll be good to go. For anyone just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. Well, thank you. Fab saying, if you are not listening with headphones, you are missing out. Well, thank you. I'm glad. I have to say so myself. Usually when it comes to my mixes, headphones are very satisfying. You know, the reality is that's kind of the hard part is like when you're making music, when you're producing it, you want it to sound good everywhere, but it always like the best way to listen to any music, not just mine, any music, really is headphones. That immerses you in it. You get to hear the left and the right, and it just surrounds you. That's the best way to hear music. But most people are probably just going to hear it on their phone. You know, so hopefully any song, it's good enough that they're going to enjoy what they hear. But yes, if you want the best sound, I recommend some good headphones. Let's see here, catching up with the chat. Song time, yep, from Becky. Fab saying, see, look, Becky is a beast. Yeah, Becky is quite the competitor. I really loved Breaking Benjamin's cover of Who Wants to Live Forever. Ben did so great on the vocals. I'm not sure I had heard that. So, again, that's what I enjoy about these streams. You guys often make good recommendations for stuff to check out. So, I'm going to make a quick little note on that. Yeah, Breaking Benjamin. And Who Wants to Live Forever cover. There we go. Yeah, I'll be sure to check that out. Thank you. Silas saying, I really like the emotional aspects of Pull the Trigger. Yeah, much appreciated. I always, like I've said before, when it comes to songs, I tend to be more drawn to kind of sad, pretty sounding music. So yes, the song is aggressive and it's heavy, but if you were to play it on acoustic guitar or on piano, the chords that are being used are actually very, very pretty and very sad sounding. The melody kind of creates that. And then when it comes to writing lyrics, depending on the kind of emotion I get from the music, I try to think of times in my life that it kind of describes a time that I felt that way, or an experience I had, or something I'm currently going through, or certain thoughts that I currently have that might relate to the emotional tone of the music. And that inspires me with writing the lyrics. And that's a nice 1-2 combo when you can get those two paired up. So, oh, thanks. I wonder, was that the first time I played with the new backing track? Oh, wow, the backing track. It must be. Heavy on the right side of ears. It's always, so Fab, it's always going to be heavier on the right side because that's my side. Like when I'm playing live, my guitar is always going to be a little louder than the backing track, because otherwise I might as well just play the backing track for you. Might as well just play the song for you if it's all going to be even. So my guitar is always a little bit louder and my vocals are always just a little bit louder. And the backing track's just kind of meant to be something to play along with. But if you want to hear everything perfectly balanced, then yes, you can listen to the recorded version of it. But yeah, I think that was actually the first time I played it with the new backing track. Whenever I finish writing a song, I'll always have kind of a demo backing track just so I can perform the song live. But once the song has been released, then I can update the backing track and play with that. So awesome. Anyone else see the movie Good Boy? I hadn't seen it, but is that a horror movie told through the perspective of a dog? It has something to do with a dog, right? I don't know if it's a scary movie, but if I recall, I think it is a movie, and it's kind of told from the dog's perspective. Like, it's not really about the dog, it's just there's something going on, and you're seeing the events unfold from the perspective of the dog. But I could be wrong about that. Thanks for the fire, Becky. Much appreciated. All right. I can go with Sean. I definitely, yep, I like to usually go by real names, so the fact that you suggested it, well, I'll start going by Sean. Thank you. Yeah, Silas saying, love it. It's in my top 5 of yours. Thank you. That means a lot. It really does. Especially, you know, it's always going to be tough because I'm always going to just do whatever song, you know, feels right for me at the time. But you always want to, like, as long as I have a good track record, that's the main thing. You know, everything's always going to be subjective. I'm going to put out some songs. Some songs, they're going to be your new favorite. Some songs, maybe you like them, but they're not as good as other songs I've done before. And some maybe won't do it for you, but that's just kind of the way it goes. So it definitely means a lot when I release a new piece of music and it's resonating. So thank you for sharing that. So Good Boy is quite good. The main character is a dog trying to keep his owner, who is sick with what I presume is cancer, from a creature in the darkness stalking him when he moves in his uncle's cabin. Sounds pretty intriguing. I'd heard of it. I'll have to double check. I'll have to look into it, but I know I'd heard of it. All right. Thank you for the applause, Jack. Much appreciated. Gotcha. All right. Okay, I think we're going to get back to the competition. Yeah, I was just catching up with some of the chat there. All right, everyone give me a thumbs up or type, let's go, bring it on like Donkey Kong, you know, whatever your preference is, let me know that you're ready. And we will get back with the competition. Again, we've got a close matchup here. We've got Becky and Fab in the lead, but not far behind Jack and Silas. But Jack and Silas's point, not only, it's not actually going to get them tied, it's actually going to let them surpass. If Jack and Silas get the next answer, they'll skip right to B tier. So you've actually got 2 opportunities. Right now you got an opportunity to pass, but even if you miss this one, if you get the next one, you'll be right back with them. You'll be tied for B tier. All right. Let me get my questions and challenges lined up. All right. No to the next question. So that means Sean is ready. Jack, Silas, Becky. Yeah, at some point, you know what? Let me double check if I even have that on my set. But I probably should, like from now on, yeah, I don't have it picked for my set, but I probably should, like every game night, the second to last song should be Let's Start Again, to see if we can summon Daniel to show up. And that way he can make his comeback victory. All right. Yeah, so the perk only applies to under C tier. So since you guys are in the lead, the perk doesn't. You guys created the perk for everyone below you. All right. Looks like we're ready to go. All right, what do we got here? Okay, I have a little trivia question for you. Who is the Greek god of the sea? Anyone know that? Who is the Greek god of the sea? Pretty sure he's made some movie appearances too. Jack got it with Poseidon. That is correct. And so there we go. Jack and Silas taking the lead. They have moved up to B tier, so we've got some close competition happening here. Good stuff. All right. No worries. Yep. Good work. All right. Here comes the next one. Let me know that you're ready. Yep, thumbs up or let's go. Bring it on. And we'll get going. Yep, way to go, Jack. Jack, you're getting faster. You're getting faster. All right. And I think he spelled it correctly, too. I mean, I don't know if autocorrect helped, but Looks like you both spelled it right. Yeah. I was about to type Titan. Yep. Let's see here. All right, looks like we're ready to go. I've got a password. Okay, so here's the way passwords work. I'm thinking of a single word, just one word. You guys are trying to guess the word based off of my hint. But my hint is only going to be one word. I'm going to give you a one-word hint, and based off of that, you're trying to guess what is the password. So here we go. The first hint, I'm going to give you the first hint. If no one's getting it, I'll give a second hint. And if still no one is getting it, I'll give a third hint. Here's the first hint. Bird. Bird is the word. Bird is the hint. The first hint is the word bird. So based off of that one word, what do you think the password is? Password. You know what? That's not it, but that's a great idea for this challenge. I need to come up with a password where the answer is password. Becky got it with fly. Let me double check. Yes. Yep. Had some good guesses. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So way to go. But Becky got it with fly. I'm checking to see. Yeah, flying. Nope, you were right the first time. Just fly. Just the single word fly. So there we go. Becky and Fab are tied in first at B tier. So everyone's on B tier. Man, it's been a good back and forth, a little back and forth on answering these. So way to go, everybody. But I'm going to write that down, though. I think that's really funny. It's definitely not going to be the next one. I'm going to have to save it for a later episode. But I think that'd be funny for the challenge. I have to come up with what words to use for that. All right. Let's see if we can get one more in here, and then I think we'll have another music intermission. Give me a thumbs up. Let's go. I'm ready. Bring it on. Let me know that you are ready, and we will go into. This next one is going to be a riddle. So I do ask that you refrain from using Google, just because I think riddles are more fun when you try to figure them out, when you try to think on them. All right, looks like everybody's ready. Waiting for Silas. But this one's a riddle, so, if absolutely no one gets it, I might try to give some hints or something. But yeah, this one, just take a moment and just think of it. Usually the key for riddles, try not to take it directly at face value. Try to think outside of the box a little bit. That's the best hint I can give you. I won't foogle. Did I say foogle? I meant Google. All right, here we go. This is the riddle. What can't be touched but can be broken? Okay, I'll say it again. What can't be touched but can be broken? Brain power. Nope. What cannot be touched but can be broken? Heart's a good one, but technically you can touch a heart. Usually when your heart is broken, we're talking about, yep, Becky got it, promise, that's it. Heart was a good guess, because usually when your heart is broken, we don't literally mean that your heart is broken, it's the emotion that your heart is broken. So that's pretty good, but we do have a tangible heart in our bodies, and that can be touched. But promise, that was the answer. Way to go, Becky. A promise can't be touched, but can be broken. Silas was saying, at Thanksgiving, my mom's cousin's wife, that's a bit of yeah, some relationship gymnastics to go through there. Mom's cousin's wife, gotcha, was talking to a lot of us younger people about core beliefs and values and character development and things we grew in this year and things we hope to improve. That's great. Yeah. I think in general, we're in December. We're at the end of the year. This is a great time to be reflective. It's great to look back on the year, look at the things you learned, look at the things you tried, look at what worked and what didn't work, look at the areas where you succeeded and the areas where you failed, and try to kind of learn from that and try to reassess and look at how you can grow and improve going into the next year. So that's good stuff. I don't know if Fab meant beast mode or breast mode. I feel like those are two slightly different things. All right. Yep, feelings. All right. I was going to say Ben Burnley, Breaking Benjamin. Cool, cool. Stupid autocorrect. Yeah, no worries. I thought it was funny. Okay, way to go, Becky, getting that. So that moves Becky and Fab up to A tier. But man, we've got the next answer is going to be the win because yes, Becky and Fab, your next answer would get you to S tier, but we've unlocked a perk where now anything below A tier is worth 2 points. So Jack and Silas, if you can get the next question, the next answer, you will advance to S tier. So who will win this match? We'll find out when we return. But first, we're going to take a brief intermission for some music. So I got another song for you. But as I'm getting this set up, I'm going to play another song for you. Let me know if you guys have any plans for this month. Isn't it crazy? We're in the last month of 2025. We are in December. I don't know about you all. Again, it's been a great year. Probably not this stream, but I'm sure in some of the streams to come, I'll probably be a bit reflective, look back on the year some, and share with you. But, let me know if you guys have any plans for this month, this last month. What are your final plans for 2025 to end on a high note before transitioning into 2026? In fact, this is a song I put out this year, and I think this is great. I think this song is a great message both for this year and the year to come. This is my song, Farewell to Fear, and the message is, don't let fear keep you from living your best life. Don't let the fear of failure or the fear of what other people might think keep you from that calling, that thing that you feel in your life where you're meant to do it, but you're just sometimes you're scared to pursue it. You're scared to go after that. And this is a great time. First off, remember that 2025 is not over yet. Yes, I do think this month is kind of a good time to sort of wrap things up and start making preparations for next year. But if you still have some goals, it's not too late. You still got a few weeks to accomplish those goals before the year ends. But going into 2026, it's a great time. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. I would challenge you to be bold going into 2026. Again, my word for this past year was intentional. Or intentionality. I wanted to be intentional about everything I did, and I think I made a good effort at that. I was very intentional about a lot of things, really trying to get out, have experiences, changing certain things in my life just to say, no, I don't want to do that anymore, or I don't want that to be an obligation for me anymore. I'm going to get out of that thing, and I want to start doing this. I want to live my life, I want to start working towards these goals, and so I want to start developing habits, good routines that are going to get me closer to living the life that I want to live. And so that was my word for the year. So I would challenge each of you to, dig deep and kind of think, what's a good word for you? What's a word that's going to push you to grow and get to the next level? What's something you need to work on, and what's a good word that would challenge you to be a better version of yourself and to get a step closer to making your dreams and your goals come true. And so that's what this song is all about. It's just saying farewell to fear. I'm not going to let fear dictate my life anymore. I'm going to start taking control and going after those things. So I hope you enjoy it. Again, my voice is a little rough. Let me go ahead and give you all a courtesy reminder to stay hydrated. This song's not too bad, but it is a little challenging, so we'll see how it goes. Hope you like it. This one is Farewell to Fear.
Always meant well, so you say. Just hold on to faith. I know there's adventure just waiting for me. Just hold on to faith. I know there's adventure just waiting for me. Don't be afraid. Just hold on to faith. I know there's adventure just waiting for me. Waiting for me. Waiting for me. Don't be afraid. Just hold on to faith. I know there's adventure just waiting for me.
Thank you. Again, that one's called Farewell to Fear. That was another song I released earlier this year. And that song is available on Spotify, or you can download it from my Bandcamp. Again, you can find links for all of that pinned at the top of the chat there. So, all right, for anyone just tuning in, don't be shy, say hello. This is game night. We are having a good competition, and we're about to have a winner here. But I think we've got enough time maybe to squeeze in another speed round. We're in a close one. So let's catch up with the chat, and then we will get the competition back up and running. There we go. Daniel's song? Yeah. Yeah, with the game being close, yeah, probably should have played Daniel's song, but probably not for this stream. Maybe next time. I like that one, Fab. That's a pretty good dad joke. You should have saved that for the dad joke segment, you know. I'm not saying I'm attractive, but when I go to the bathroom and take off my clothes, the shower gets turned on. That's pretty good. And then Silas was saying, she who was talking to us about this development core value asked us what we would call this sort of chapter of our lives, and I said I'd call this one, Every Ending Has a Beginning. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. Every ending has a beginning. And indeed, life kind of works like that. Life goes in phases, and I think it's important to appreciate each phase for what it is. I think a mistake that a lot of people tend to make, like think of it this way, when you're a kid, you don't have a past. Like you've only lived a few years, so life is new, everything is exciting. You don't have anything to compare to, so everything's a new experience for you. But once you've lived some life, you start to gain a sense of what you like and what you don't like, and you start to kind of cling to the things you do like, but life has a way of changing. Things don't always stay the same, and so when life starts changing and you no longer have access to the way things used to be, the things that you used to like, there's sort of this fear of, do I go out and explore like I used to when I was young, or do I try to hold on to what I know I like, what I felt good with? And I think a really important thing to learn in life is that to embrace that uniqueness, like appreciate each phase while it's here, because it's not going to last forever. Appreciate your childhood while you have it, and then when it's gone, just be thankful that you lived it, and enjoy your teenage years. And once those are over, enjoy your young adult years. And once those are over, enjoy, later years, and hopefully years of eventually marriage or family or travel or whatever it might be, whatever you decide to do with your life. Just kind of learn to appreciate and enjoy those things. And there's nothing wrong with, just because one phase of your life is a bit of a dip, maybe it's not quite what you hoped it would be, that doesn't mean that the next phase of life can be better. And that's why New Year's resolutions are so popular. I'm not really a fan of necessarily resolutions, but I'm a fan of goals. And I'm definitely a fan of always observing your life, like thinking about what's important to you. Like, what are your dreams? What are your personal dreams and goals? Like, what would what are the things that would be the ideal life you want to live, and then what are some habits that you can develop that would get you closer to that kind of life. And as long as you are intentionally striving towards those things, it's about developing the habits. It's not all going to happen right away, but if you develop the habits, the choices you make today, they show up 5 years later. You see the results of it 5 years later. So yeah, I think that's good, Silas. I don't expect Quincy to scream tonight. To be honest, unless I'm feeling really bad, I'm probably going to go for it. It's not always going to sound good, but if there's a scream in the song, I'll usually find some way to do it. And unless my voice is like totally shot, I'll be like, yep, this ain't happening. Wow. Yep. Silas graduated from high school this year and closing out. Just a little bit of advice I can give you. I don't want to go too long into this because I definitely could. But I'd say when you first get out of high school, the best thing to do, just take time to really think about the kind of life you want to live. Actually, I'm going to give you something a little special, Silas. You might write this down. You definitely can't do this now, but you might write this down. Here's a good exercise. There's an exercise, and you can all do this, actually. This is a great exercise. It's called the 50 Dreams exercise, okay? Or challenge, whatever you want to call it. So here's the question. Ask yourself this question. If I was the smartest person in the world and it was impossible to fail, what would I dream of doing? What would I dream of being? Or what would I dream of having? Ask questions like, what do I want to learn? Where do I want to go? What do I want to accomplish or experience? Now, this can be related to work and career. This can be related to relationships and family. It might have to do with money and finances, health and fitness, hobbies, fun, travel, experiences, any of those things. So what you want to do is ask that question and list 50 things, 50 dreams that you have. Now, this is not meant to be done in one sitting. Like when you first sit down, you'll probably write the first few dreams pretty easy. Some of you already have some dreams, but once you start kind of getting in the higher numbers, it's like, man, what else do I want? What else would I want out of life? And not every dream has to be super big. It doesn't have to be this like crazy big thing. Heck, I'll share a couple of mine. I'll share like a big dream of mine is obviously, and even, to be honest, I'm thinking of revisiting this goal and kind of refining some things. But, my biggest goal is just, I just want to make my music, and I want to be able to make a sustainable income that allows me to make music and allows me to share my music with the world. Like, that's what's important to me. That's a big dream for me. I have a dream to get married, to meet a wife, someone who gets me. So those are kind of some bigger dreams, but there's small ones in here too. A small dream is to have my own personal gym. That's not like the most important thing, but I do hope someday that I'll have my own personal gym. To own a Dingwall bass. Dingwall is a brand. And again, that's not like a big deal, but that's just an example. Like, not every dream has to be this groundbreaking, like, huge thing. Like, you can have small little dreams in there too. So, but literally, that's the first goal. List 50 dreams, and then after listing all 50, go through them and choose your top 10. Basically say, if I could only have 10, which 10 would I choose? And you might be surprised. You might be surprised which ones end up making your top 10. And then finally, once you've got your list of top 10, you have to ask the question, why? Why is that important to you? Why do you need that? And I would say two questions. One, why do you need it? Why is that dream important to you? And then the second question, how? How could you get it? How could you make it happen? What are the things, what are the resources or the habits you need to develop, or the leads or opportunities you have in front of you that could make that dream a reality? So that's part of it. And again, you can revisit this goal. And this is just such a great goal, having that top 10. The reason this is important is because this dictates your life. It makes you look at your life and say, hey, am I actually living life in a way that gets me closer to these dreams? Or are these things just fantasies in my mind, but the things that I'm settling for are taking me in a different direction? That's why it's really important to kind of be clear, like, what do you really want out of life? Because this can kind of help you make choices for that, Another exercise I would give you that's really good, like, do that one first. But then here's an exercise called the 3-year exercise. So we're going into 2026. So basically, think about 2026, 27, and 28, okay? From 26 to 28, all right? 3 years. Maybe even to 29, depending how you want to count that, you know? But the idea is, let's pretend 3 years from now, you were to bump into a friend. Like you're graduating high school. Let's say 3 years from now, you bump into a friend from high school, and they say, wow, you know, Silas, it's good to see you. How have you been? And you say, I have been doing great. And they say, really? Wow, like, what's up? What happened, you know? And then go. And what you do is you just need to write, like, what would you say? What could you say to your friend that realistically 3 years from now, like what could happen 3 years from now that would make your life fantastic and just good? And again, you know, you're trying to think like what could your life look like 3 years from now that would allow you to give that answer to your friend and be like, man, life's been good lately. You know, I've been really happy with how my life's been going. And so you just write that out. And then you look through it, and then kind of same thing. You start setting goals, like how do you make that a reality? You know, how do you bring that into life? And that's the stuff, like whatever your answer is, that's the stuff that should dictate where you spend your time, your resources, you know, what habits you make and that kind of thing. So anyway, I hope that helps. And again, that applies to all of you. Like, you know, Silas, you're in a unique position because you're ending one chapter of your life and you're about to go on into your adult years. And that can be kind of a scary and intimidating time, but it's also a very exciting time. And you've got a great opportunity to just take some time and figure out, like, what do you really want out of life? And I would encourage you to, like, whatever you do decide as, like, a career, really learn about it. Like, take the time to learn your craft. Learn, like, understand the business side of things. What does it actually take to make that career a reality, whatever it might be? And take time to learn that stuff, and then develop a game plan, like how you're going to get there. Like, don't just kind of wing it and like hope something works out. You know, try to be intentional. Try to be specific about what you're working towards and how you're going to do it, like how you're going to get there. And it's okay to, you know, you're going to try some things and they're not going to work. You're going to fail sometimes. But you never, you know, the only time you really fail is when you give up. So it's okay. If things don't work out the way you planned, you learn from that and you reassess the plan and you try it. And you know what? Things change too. You know, as you get older and as you experience a little more life, your desires might change. Or you might try something and realize that's actually, you know, that's not what I thought it would be. That's not really what I want. And that's totally normal. So, you know, anyway, I'll be praying for you, Silas. I'm excited for you. And yeah, looking forward to your future, man. And if you ever have any questions or anything, you know, I'm certainly glad to sort of share, you know, anything I can to kind of give you a little bit of guidance and help you to hopefully avoid some obstacles and have kind of a smoother course. All right. Yep, skimming through. Looks like, yep, a few people sharing. Thank you for the yeah, I was ranting there, so I might have gotten behind on the chat a little bit. But, yep, thank you for the applause. Much appreciated. All right, yep, kind of skimming through a little bit. Becky for the win. Yep, we're going to get a winner here in just a moment. I'm still playing in my band, studying programming and coding, and maybe considering studying other cool stuff. That's the other thing I would say. I'd say learn as much as you can right now, because that's the one thing, like now that you're out of school, it's not going to happen right away, but eventually you're going to start having more and more responsibilities, and the more responsibilities you have, the less time you have to learn other things. So definitely learn as much as you can, like anything. You know, if there's a certain skill you want to learn or something you want to try, don't be nervous. Like, just go for it. Just do it. Learn as much as you can right now, because later, as you start getting more responsibilities, you're going to have to pick and choose the things that you can put your time into, and there's other things you're going to have to put on the back burner or kind of give up because you're not going to have the time for them. You're not going to be able to prioritize them. So learn as much as you can right now. If there is a round two, are we on our own again? It doesn't make a lot of sense to still be teams. I kind of think we'll probably do a team round again. We might switch up the teams. Nailed the screen, by the way. Thank you. I try not to let you down when that happens. We might do the teams just because I think it goes faster, and we would definitely be squeezing to have another game in there. That means a lot to me, Quincy. Thank you. Well, my pleasure. Yep, anytime. I definitely appreciate doing what I can to try to kind of share some things that I've learned that hopefully can help you out. World peace can fix pretty much everything. Yep. Well, world peace, our best chance at that is with us, us going out into the world and making peace. I heard kind of an expression about, like, what kind of person are you? Are you the kind of person that you put up walls, or do you build bridges? Meaning, like, are you the kind of person that you block people out and just kind of keep to yourself, or do you try to build bridges and make connections and kind of, make peace with people rather than making enemies with people? And I think I want to be a bridge builder. I love that, Quincy. Fantastic question. I'm glad you liked all that. All right, we're going to try to get back to the game here. Yes, sorry. Kind of went on a tangent there. All right. But Quincy can take over 20 minutes to ask the next question. Yeah, if y'all get me onto a deeper topic, I can go for a little bit. Hey, we got Daniel. There we go. Daniel's in. Daniel, you might be solo, but you've got a chance to come back and take the win. So we've got a team thing happening here. Yep. All right. Well, thanks, Jack. Much appreciated. Saying Quincy's going to make a good dad one day. Well, I hope so. I love all that, Quincy. Thank you so much. I do need prayers and advice, and I love your encouragement. Anytime, man. All right. We're going to get to the finale here, but unexpected turn in this finale. We've got Daniel. First off, Daniel, how you doing? How was your Thanksgiving? Let me know. And in an unexpected turn, we have a surprise challenger. Daniel just showed up. So, Daniel, we were doing teams in this. It was Jack and Silas on a team versus Becky and Sean on a team. And so, normally I would want you to have a partner as well. I don't think we have anyone else here who can be your partner. So you're going solo for right now, but you're on F tier, but all your points are going to be worth, all your answers are going to be worth 2 points. So, your next answer will get you to C, and then the next one will get you to A, and then the next one will get you the win. But it's pretty close, because if Becky and Fab get the next answer, they win the game. If Jack and Silas get the next answer, they win the game. But I think we're going to try to have one more speed round real quick, but this is the end of this particular round. So everyone, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you are ready. Let's go. Bring it on. Type something like that, and we'll get going. Doing good. Ate lots of food. Spent time with family. Shot guns. Watched the game. That sounds like a good way to do it. Sounds like a good way to spend some... Switch me out, Coach. Yeah, we could swap out Sean. Yep. Breather, you're winning, Sean. All right. Sean's ready. Becky's ready. But yeah, that sounds like a good Thanksgiving. Daniel, let's see. Jack is ready. All right. Let me get the next question or challenge up. Let me see what it is. All right. This is kind of a speed one. I'm going to ask a question. There's not a single answer. There can be multiple answers for this, but the first answer will be the winner. All right, here we go. First person to name something that we have in common. So me and you. What's something we have in common? First person to name something that we have in common gets the point. What's something that we have in common? Hair. That's it. Yep, we do have hair. A voice. Yep. Two things we've got in common. Breath or breathe. Eyes. Yep. Good stuff. So Becky got the point. So that's going to be the win. Yep, we do have hair. Although, to be fair, I'm taking your word for it that you've got hair. So, but, no. All right. Way to go. Congrats to Becky and Fab. Yep, naming, that's something we had in common. We've got hair, so way to go. Let's see, did we get some other answers in there? We breathe oxygen. Yep, we have that in common. We have Jesus in our lives. Yep, we've got that, Silas. All right, good stuff. Yep. So there we go. All right, congrats to Becky and Sean for the win. Way to go. All right, we're going to try to do one more speed round. So I'll see real quick. Hold on, what just happened? Yeah. Okay, sorry. Technical issues on my end. All right. Jack saying I do not. I don't know if you're just joking or if you mean, yeah, if you've got a shaved head. I've got some friends who, they've got a shaved head, so. All right. Let's see here. I tell you what. We're going to go singles for this round, so not teams, but we're going to do something a little interesting because I do want this to be a speed round. So every question or every answer is going to be worth 2 points, okay? So just to keep things kind of fast and speedy. And maybe on the perks, 2 points might be enough, so we might be fine with that, but the perks might be worth 3 points or something like that, So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll decide whether or not I want that rule, but we're going to say every answer is worth 2 points. So I'm somewhat occupied with cooking and doing some laundry now. No worries. You'll have to let me know, Daniel, what is on the menu for tonight. You've always got something good cooking up. But this is going to be a speed round anyway, so don't worry. This isn't like a big match. I think I've only got maybe a couple more songs I might do, and we'll probably put a wrap on all this anyway. Let's see here. Sean saying, it's been fun. I would like to thank my mother and father, and especially Becky. Gotcha. Well, hey, Sean, if you're heading out, I appreciate you tuning in. Fun competition with you, and I hope you have a good rest of your evening. You take care, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, Jack saying, woo, F tier, I missed you. Yep, back in F tier. All right. So, again, I think we're going to go, I think we'll go singles, but everyone gets 2 points. So, here we go. Everyone give me a thumbs up. I know, Daniel, you're a little occupied, but, if you get a chance, if you're kind of cooking and you're able to throw in an answer here and there, you can certainly still compete. But everyone else, just say, I'm ready. Let's go. Bring it on. I've got a pepperoni sopressata pizza I'm cooking. I'm not sure if I know what the sopressata, I don't even know how you pronounce that, sopressata. It sounds Italian, but that sounds good. Is that just a kind of pepperoni? I'm Googling it now. Sopressata. Sopressata. Okay, so I'm guessing that's the kind of pepperoni, and it looks like it's a type of meat. A mixture of lean and fat-cut minced pork. Looks like what it might be, and it's got some kind of flavoring to it. So it sounds like if I'm correct, it sounds like you're using a specific kind of pepperoni pizza that you're cooking. But either way, that sounds good. All right. Yes, Becky, you're still allowed to answer. Gotcha. And it sounds like Becky's only got a candy cane. Yeah, kind of in a different ballpark than pizza. I think it's a part of the spice sauce they use. Okay, interesting. Candy cane. There we go. Yep. Quincy cane, candy cane. Gotcha. All right. What do we got here? Okay. All right. I've got a movie quote. First person to name the title of this movie. Here we go. I'm going to quote the movie. I'm going to name a couple quotes from the movie, but first person to name the movie. What movie is this from? I'm going to deck your halls, bub. Anyone know where that's from? I'm going to deck your halls, bub. Any thoughts? Title of the movie. Jingle All the Way. Becky got it. That's right. Yep. The other, I didn't want to say the other one yet, but the other quote I was going to say is, it's turbo time. But yep, Jingle All the Way. It's kind of a toss-up. Jingle All the Way and How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey one. Those are tied for my favorite Christmas movies. There's a lot of Christmas movies I like. It's a Wonderful Life. That's a good one. I always kind of like Saving Christmas with Ben Affleck. That's a pretty good one. What else is there's probably some classics I'm forgetting about off the top of my head. Yeah, I'm going to forget like every Christmas movie right now. But there's definitely some good ones out there. Lots of good ones. But it's kind of a toss-up for me between Jingle All the Way and The Grinch. And it's a combination of, I think they're legitimately fun movies. And obviously a little bit of nostalgia plays into it. But I feel like if ever there's a time to be nostalgic, Christmas is, picking a Christmas movie. That's a time to be nostalgic. So, all right. So Becky's going to get that point, and we're going to give you 2 points for that. Everyone's getting 2 points. So we'll see. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know if we'll do 3 points because that would be a super short game. So I think we're just going to let everyone have 2 points, and we'll go from there. All right. Krampus. That's like a scary Christmas movie. I don't think I've seen it, but I might have to check it out at some point. Everyone give me a thumbs up or let's go, I'm ready. Just let me know, and we'll go into it. All right. This next one is, all right, multiple answers for this next one. Just going to ask you to name a song, and whatever song you name, first person to name a song that meets the requirements will get the point. Silas says, I am doing something with my church small group, so we'll see if I get back. If I don't, I love you guys. Silas, love you as well, brother. I hope everything goes well with your small group. Yeah, have fun. So competition's slimming down a little bit. It looks like it might just be Becky and Jack, and Daniel's cooking. But if Daniel is able to play, he might get some points too. So we'll see what happens. I tell you what, we'll see what happens, but I might tweak the words a little bit. And since Becky is quite the competitor, we might do, Becky's points are worth 1 and Jack's are worth 2 or something like that. So we'll see what happens. I'm just trying to keep this kind of quick because, just kind of pushing for time a little bit. All right, here we go. Yep, wait a few seconds. Jack, if you're ready, let me know. And Daniel, if you're playing, let me know. And might just take a song intermission in a moment here. Just need a few more competitors. But yep, Silas, hope you have a good night. So I'm going to be looking for a song. And yep, Jack's ready. Okay. First person to name a Christmas song. It can be any Christmas song. Doesn't matter which version, doesn't matter the artist, as long as it's a Christmas song. First person to name any Christmas song gets the point. Daniel got it with Deck the Halls. All right, so there we go. 2 points for Daniel right there. Awesome job. All right. I think we're going to take a quick, we got Oh Holy Night from Becky and I'll Be Home for Christmas. All good picks, but Daniel was first, so Daniel got the point. All right, we're going to continue in a bit. I'm going to take a brief intermission. So this gives Daniel a little time to cook his food. And, in case some other competitors tune in, I'm going to play a song for you all, and then we will get back with the competition. This is another song that I released this year. Thankfully, I got to be honest, I'm really proud of the songs I released this year. Again, this year, I really got to release some new music, like new songs that were not written, and I wrote them, completed them, released them this year, Last year was like the end of old songs. Like last year I had some good releases, but again, the first few releases were old songs that I'd written years ago, and I was just finally getting around to producing them. And I felt like I'd kind of sort of changed a little bit as an artist and kind of had a clear vision of the kind of music and the kind of songs I really wanted to write. And so I'm still proud of, the older songs that I've released. But again, I've been kind of sitting with those ideas for such a long time that for me, it's really exciting to get into some new stuff, some new territory. And I'm really excited I'm really proud of the songs I released this year, and I'm really excited for the songs to come because we're kind of going into some new territory. So this was a song that, again, this one is kind of a hybrid, though. It's kind of a weird one. This is technically an old song. Some of you know this one used to be called Hero for the Broken, and it was a song that I released several years ago. But, I'd heard good things about it whenever very few rare times that I did perform it. Often got good feedback on it, so I felt like maybe if there's some way I can kind of redo this song and make like a good rock version out of it. And I definitely wanted to rewrite the lyrics, so I rewrote them. Lyrics were completely new concept, and the song became a mirror that was broken. Became a much more meaningful, personal song for me, and I think a song that has resonated with a lot of people who have heard it. And then musically, it was really interesting because this song was originally more of an acoustic guitar kind of pop rock song, and then trying to add some rock and metal influence to it really made it something kind of special and unique. And I think it came out really cool. It's like a really unique song. So I like what it is. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of this song and all the others that I was able to release this year. So I hope you like it. This one is A Mirror That Was Broken.
So I lived happily ever after, or so I thought, until she told me it was over. A broken heart has a way of putting life on hold. When I stop to think, I never seem to find an answer. And I am falling apart now for all I know. Everything's changing and I must let go. But I keep reflecting on better days and wondering if life will ever be the same. Scraping up the pieces, cutting up my hands, looking for myself in a mirror that is broken. I said goodbye and never saw my friends again. Then took some time to see if I could make things clear. It's a lonely drive when there's no one in the passenger seat. And I'll catch myself often glancing in the rearview mirror, 'cause I am falling apart now for all I know. Everything's changing and I must let go, but I keep reflecting on better days and wondering if life will ever be the same. Scraping up the pieces, cutting up my hands, looking for myself in a mirror that is broken. With every single tear, there's a lesson to be learned. With every single scar, there's a treasure to be earned. But I'll never find healing if I'm holding on to hurt. I'll never see heaven if I'm face down in the dirt. With every single tear, there's a lesson to be learned. With every single scar is a treasure to be earned. But I'll never find healing if I'm holding on to hurt. So I'm letting go, 'cause I am falling apart now for all I know. Caught a glimpse of myself before I let him go. I'm looking ahead now to better days and wondering what life has got in store for me. I'm falling apart now for all I know, just fragments of memories from long ago. But those days are over, so I'll move on. I know that the best is yet to come, displaying all the pieces, showing who I am, formed a masterpiece from a mirror that was broken. From a mirror that was broken.
Yeah. Again, that one is called A Mirror That Was Broken. And that song is available on Spotify, and you can also download it from my Bandcamp. All that stuff found in the links. All right, we've got one more round. We're trying to do a speed round of the game here, and we'll see how this goes. I think so far, what do we got here? Yep, Becky and Daniel are tied at C tier, but Jack not far behind because we're doing 2 points for this, kind of trying to make this a little bit quicker, not go too long with this. Let's catch up with the chat, and then we will get back into the competition. Anyone just tuning in, it's not too late. Not too late to join into the game. You could join in right now and still have a chance to come back and win it, so here we go. I was listening to the one by Kate Smith. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that song. So I'm going to add that. You guys have made some good suggestions tonight. So, is the song called "The One"? I think that's what it is, by Kate Smith. Or is there a version of the song by Kate Smith? Like, I'll Be Home for Christmas. Maybe that's what you meant. I was listening to the one by Kate Smith. So I don't know if the one is the title of the song or if you were referring to one of the songs. Maybe Deck the Halls. Maybe that's what you meant. But either way, I'll check out whatever you were talking about by Kate Smith. And that's right. Yep, Becky guessed it. Mirror That Was Broken. That's correct. Working on the tone for Injustice for All on my board. I think I've come pretty close. It sounds awesome. That's great. I know, the videos you have posted, you've done a great job with your guitar tones and all that stuff, and you're pretty good at getting close to kind of recreating the album tones or the kind of tones that those artists are using, whether it's Metallica or whatever band you might be doing a cover of. So that's awesome, man. I watched an old live stream a while back and heard "Hero for the Broken." Yeah, I think I've done it for some acoustic. Yeah, it would have to be acoustic because I didn't have a backing track for that. Anybody have a favorite Christmas song? I've too many to name. That would be hard. I prefer the ones that sound sad. Yeah, there's a lot of great Christmas songs. "Joy to the World," Kate Smith. Okay. So, "Joy to the World." Yeah, I'll check that one out as well. My favorite Christmas song, there's a lot. There's so many. This is the one time of year I definitely listen to a lot of Christmas music. And there's so many good versions of songs, Another question I might ask is not just what is your favorite Christmas song, but do you have a favorite Christmas album? There's a lot of good ones, even from artists that I don't regularly listen to. There's some artists that have put out Christmas albums that are just great. So it's a good time. Let me see if I've got it. If I've actually got, I'll have to see if it's public or not. I've got a Christmas playlist, and anytime I discover a Christmas song, or if there's, if someone's like, "Oh, this is a great Christmas album, check it out," I just add it to this playlist. So, I can't 100% say that everything on this playlist is amazing, But if this is a public list, I don't know if I made it public or if it's just a private playlist that I made. But I've got a Christmas playlist, and I'll share it with you all. And you can check it out. Let me see. I'm trying to see if it's... I see the playlist. I don't know. We'll share it. So I'll share a link, but there's all kinds of stuff. There's a band called August Burns Red. Some of you might know them, but they are... Okay, it's unlisted, so it's not private, but it's not like public. Like people can't search for this. So if I share the link with you, you guys can check it out. There's a lot of songs. There's over 300 videos on this. So definitely, don't listen to it in order. Just kind of skim through. But there's August Burns Red on here. They're a metalcore band, so they do metal versions of Christmas songs. There's a few Bad Religion songs on here that's like punk rock. And then there's Stephen Curtis Chapman. He's got a great Christmas album. His is great. What else we got? There's like a few singles from some artists on here. I'm kind of just skimming through right now. Weezer actually has a pretty good Christmas album. I was listening to that recently. There is I don't know if you guys know Sufjan Stevens. The dude has made over 5 hours, over 4 hours, but it's almost 5 hours worth of Christmas music, like just doing Christmas covers or original songs. I think he did like 4 different Christmas albums or something like that. And I don't know what the deal is, but it's very experimental. Some of it ranges from like just straight up beautiful, like, wow, this is the most beautiful thing I've heard, to straight up crazy, like, this just sounds like noise. What am I listening to? So it's very... I definitely recommend checking it out, but just know you are in for a trip. It's a pretty wide range of like some of the music being absolutely beautiful and then some of it being very experimental. What else we got on here? CeeLo Green actually has a really good Christmas album. I've got his songs on here. Elvis Presley got his Christmas album on here. I've got Backstreet Boys. I've got them on here. I think I've got Mariah Carey, The Killers, so all kinds of stuff. I've got the Beach Boys Christmas album on here. So yeah, I will post it. So yeah, check out that link. There you go. That's an exclusive link. You can't just search for that. You have to have a link. But that's my Christmas list. And anytime I hear a Christmas song, like I just add it to that list. Or if I'm recommended something, I'll add it. Oh, awesome. Yep, I was going to mention that. Becky's already bringing it up. I'll get to that in a second. Here's our highlighted lyric from Becky. Everything's changing and I must let go, but I keep reflecting on better days. Yep, it's definitely easy to do that. Sometimes you realize it's a time to change, but it's kind of easy just to reflect on the good old days. They're so clear in sight. It's a lot easier to see the past sometimes than the future. Future's kind of foggy, but good stuff in store for all of us. Good stuff for you too. Oh, that's interesting. She's from Virginia. That's kind of cool. Thank you for the applause and the hearts. Much appreciated. I think a couple of versions she does, but look up Deck the Halls. Okay. It sounds old, and I love that. Yeah, I love that kind of old-timey Christmas sound. Like I love the classic Christmas stuff. I love it all. That's kind of the cool thing about Christmas music. I definitely love the old classic sound of Christmas songs. And then I like artists that kind of take their own unique spin on it and do their own unique version. So that's kind of the fun thing about it. Deck the Halls. So I'll definitely check out those versions. And I'm assuming if she's got more, I'll check out more of her stuff. Yeah, Becky also saying I really like old-sounding Christmas songs like Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Yep, that's a great one. Where Are You Christmas? Yeah, that's a great one. And then, yeah, I was going to comment on this. Becky saying, I listened to that Relient K album, Let It Snow, Baby, Let It Rain, Dear. Yeah, that's one of my favorite Christmas albums, so I definitely recommend that one. Let It Snow, Baby, Let It Rain, Dear by Relient K. And then Blue Christmas by Elvis. Yep, that's a classic. That's a good one. Saw a dude the other day play all of Tool's drum tracks to all their albums in one take, which is, yeah, that's crazy. And yeah, 8 hours long. Sheesh. Yeah, Sufjan Stevens, that's correct. That's right, Becky. Apparently, All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey is a popular Christmas song. Mariah Carey's Christmas album is actually really good, so I recommend it. It's kind of funny. I mean, I haven't checked her. I haven't checked out a whole lot of her solo music, so I might like it. You know, I like some of that pop stuff. But yeah, that's an example of like an artist. I don't listen to her or like CeeLo Green. I don't listen to them. I think Gwen Stefani's got a Christmas album too. They're not artists that I listen to regularly, but they've got Christmas albums and they're good ones. So I definitely recommend checking out her Christmas album. I think it's on my playlist that I just sent with you guys. And that's right. I did ask a question earlier. I said, name a Tool song. First person to name a Tool song gets the point. So yeah, it is coincidental that you're bringing up Tool. There's that Swedish band who wrote the really sad song about the Christmas truce during World War I. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that, but that sounds interesting. I'd have to look that up. Gonna type that real quick. Very interesting. Yeah, my favorite. Yeah, you're as far as I can tell, you're still coming through, Becky. Yeah, you're still online. But my favorite album would be, I think it's just called Christmas, but it's from a boy band group called Plus One. So I grew up with this album, but I legitimately, again, when it comes to Christmas stuff, some of it's probably nostalgia, but yeah, it's a toss-up between this one and the Relient K album. But if I had to choose, it would probably be this one. I legitimately like this album. It's just called Christmas by Plus One. Plus One is the name of the group. They are a boy band, so they're in the same ballpark as, you know, artists like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. This album came out in 2000. I think that album came out 25 years ago. But I think they have some great renditions on there. They've got like a couple original Christmas songs, and yeah, I don't know. They do some great versions of some Christmas songs. I legitimately like it, so that's probably my favorite. That'll be my recommendation. But my favorite Christmas song, though, Saboteur. You think, is that maybe the name of that one song? I'll write that down just in case. Saboteur. Not sure I spelled it right. Yeah. But my favorite Christmas song is probably I Celebrate the Day by Relient K. I Celebrate the Day. And I actually can play that song on piano. I've played it and sang it before. I've done it for my family. Hey, JT, appreciate you tuning in. Family Force 5 has a Christmas album. That's cool. I didn't know that. I'm familiar with Family Force 5, but didn't know they had a Christmas album, so I'll look into that. I had a friend back in the day who used to really like Family Force 5. So, Family Force 5, Christmas album. But I've done I Celebrate the Day before, and my brother keeps telling me, like, you need to record that. You need to make a video playing that song or something. So I might try to get around to that this year. I might see if I can do that. Just make a little video playing the song on piano and singing it. But Family Force 5 Christmas album. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm writing this stuff down. You guys are giving me stuff to check out. All right, let's put a wrap on this game. JT, you're not too late. I mean, you've got some catching up to do, but, well, not much. We're doing a speed round of this tier list game. Do I even have it up where you guys... Yeah, you guys can see it. So, for time's sake, I'm just going to pick... Okay, so JT, you know what? We're going to go with the name Rebel, just because it's not really a name. Rebel, it's a username. There's some of you know Rebel. She's often shared my streams. She's always been very supportive in that way. But Rebel, that name is going to represent you, JT. I might even have JT on here somewhere. I might have that made. But just for time's sake, I'm just going to grab a name. Every answer is worth 2 points. So even though you're at the bottom in F, your first answer will get you back in the lead at C tier. And because we're just doing a speed round because we do have to put a wrap on this soon. So everyone give me a thumbs up or just say, I'm ready, let's go, and we will get started with the next question. Let me bring it up. I see, where did we leave off? All right. Okay. I've got a little trivia question here. That's what we got next. Oh, no, I don't. That's the next one. I've got another question. This one is more about being smart. Everyone gets a chance to answer, but I'm going to pick my favorite answer, okay? So you kind of want to take time and like pick a good answer, you know? Like make sure you've got a smart answer. All right, Becky, Jack's ready. You know, Daniel, JT, if y'all are ready, just give me a thumbs up or just say, let's go, bring it on. And we will get going. Got a few more questions. We're going to get a winner, and then I've got one more song for you all, and we'll put a wrap on all of this. All right, we may just go ahead and hop into the question, but, yeah, Jack's saying this might have to be the last one, so, yeah, we'll see. We'll try to kind of speed through this. All right. Christmas is coming up. What would you get me for Christmas? You know, if you were going to get me a Christmas present, you were going to wrap it up. What would you get me for Christmas? Everyone gets a chance to answer. I'm just going to pick my favorite answer. But we are going to try to be a little quick. Let's see. Go ahead and get my backing track set up for the last song. All right. A recording studio. That's a nice one. Yeah. Man, if you could get me a recording studio for Christmas, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good pick right there. Gonna let a little bit of time go. Can anyone top that? If I had that much money. It's all right. This is all fantasy. So you don't have to worry about like whether or not you can actually afford it. You're not really, you can go wild with this. You can have fun, be creative. A recording studio is a good one. One of my guitars. Oh, that's sweet. Man, that's tough. You know, Becky's got a good one, but that's kind of a nice like sentimental gift. That's pretty smart right there, Daniel. Man, that's tough. Because if you just said, oh, I'd get you a guitar, it's like, oh, yeah, that'd be cool, Even if you mentioned like a certain model and it's like a really nice guitar, like that'd be kind of cool. But giving me one of your guitars, yeah. All right, Jack, if you got an answer real quick, a trip around the world. Yeah, that's pretty good too. I'm going to be honest, Jack, that's a great answer. Like I'd love a trip around the world. Becky, let me give you credit here. Earlier, I was talking about listing 50 dreams. One of my dreams is actually to have a recording studio, to have my own recording studio someday. So yeah, that would absolutely be a great gift. But I think when it comes to gifts, I think like sentimental, like being sentimental, like kind of having some, not just, oh, here's a cool thing I got you, but like having kind of some heart and some thought into it. So Daniel, giving me one of his personal guitars, that would be such a thoughtful gift. So even though you all gave great answers, I think I got to give the point to Daniel. Now, Daniel, you don't have to do that. So, because even that makes me kind of sad thinking like, no, you don't need to do that, So, but that was a good answer. That was a good one. So we'll give the point to Daniel. All right, Daniel's 1 point away from winning. Becky's not far behind, and even anyone in F tier, just 1, 2, just 3 answers, and you can still slip in and take the win. Hopefully you're ready, because we're just going to go right into the next one. Now, I was trying to be a little cautious with this, because, again, we've been talking a lot of Christmas, and I'm trying not to give any spoilers. But if anyone knows Taylor Momsen, that's the actress who played Cindy Lou Who in the 2000 Grinch movie, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, okay? So I know some of you mentioned you hadn't even seen that movie, which you should change that this year. But Taylor Momsen, who played Cindy Lou Who, she grew up And she actually, I don't know if she started the band or she just joined the band, but she's in a rock band now. She is the lead singer for a rock band. What is the name of that rock band? I thought that was really cool because, again, we're talking 25 years ago. Yeah, it's the 25th anniversary of the Grinch movie. And 25 years ago, she played the little girl, Cindy Lou Who, in that movie. But she grew up and she got in a band. Yeah, Becky's saying, I'll watch it then. Yeah, I just hope you like it, I don't know. I might have a little bit of nostalgia. I would say if you're going to watch it for the first time, you got it. That's right. The Pretty Reckless. You will have that, Quincy. Thank you, Becky. I appreciate that. That's kind of you to say. I'll watch it then. Yeah. I hope you like it. I would say if you like Jim Carrey and the way he can be very, just very... he's such a character, you know what I mean? Like Jim Carrey is such a character kind of actor. If you like Jim Carrey, then you'll probably like the Grinch movie. It's definitely kind of fun and whimsical. It's based off of Dr. Seuss, so definitely think kind of fairy tale, kind of fun fantasy world. Kind of lighthearted. Don't expect like the greatest movie you've ever seen, but just kind of go in with kind of a fun attitude, and I think you'll enjoy it. So we'll see. But if you do check it out, I hope you like it. But the Pretty Reckless is correct. Well, my friends, I have to call it a night. Thanks for a great stream, Quincy. Good night to you all. Jack, always appreciate you tuning in, brother. I hope you sleep well tonight. You get some rest. So Becky has caught up with A tier. So it's down to Becky and Daniel. And unless JT or someone makes a comeback, I think Becky or Daniel might be the winner if they get this next question. But yes, the band is called... The Pretty Reckless. I liked Miss Nothing. Is that a song that they did? The Pretty Reckless? I'll have to look that up. Miss Nothing. And let's see here. Yeah, y'all are giving me a lot of stuff to check out. So I haven't listened to the Pretty Reckless much. I've checked them out before, but what's really cool is, again, this year being the 25th anniversary of the Grinch movie. In the movie, she sings the song, Where Are You Christmas? And I heard Jack bring that song up a little while ago. So I was trying not to comment too much on it because I didn't want to give it away. But in the movie, Cindy Lou Who, she sings the song, Where Are You Christmas? And this year, the Pretty Reckless, the band, they did a cover of the song. And it's her, she's the original vocalist, but now she's older. And they did like a rock version of it. And they did a rock version and what do you call it? A rock version and kind of like a soft version of it as well. But it sounds good. And it's kind of, it's very sweet. It's very nostalgic, her kind of going back and sort of redoing that song, re-singing it when she was a child, from when she was a child. So it's sweet. Yeah, but it might be a bit controversial. If you're talking about Miss Nothing, okay. I'll take it with a grain of salt. I'll be kind of brace myself a little bit. As far as I can tell, I don't know if you were commenting on the Where Are You Christmas cover, but I don't know that to be... from what I could tell, everyone loved it. Everyone thought it was really sweet. So, all right, last question. Here we go. Well, I think this is going to be the last one. It's a password. So I'm thinking of one word. I'm going to give you a one-word hint, and based off of that hint, try to guess what the password is. Just looking for one word. You can... give as many guesses as you want. So here we go. Your first hint is the word dough. Dough. So based off of that word, what do you think the password is? The music video. Gotcha. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll check out the song first, kind of listen to that, and then maybe I'll check out the music video. Man, Daniel got it right off the bat. I had a feeling it might be, for what it's worth, I came up with that password last minute, but Cookie is correct. Yep, I had a feeling it might be too easy, but that's all right. So way to go. Congrats, Daniel. Man, I hope one of these days we need like a good fair, like from the beginning, we need a good matchup between Daniel and Becky. You two are some competitors when it comes to this game. But there we go. For the speed round, the win goes to Daniel. So Becky and Sean won the team match, so congrats to you two. And for the speed round, congrats to Daniel for winning that. Good game, you all. I got one more song for you, and then we're going to put a wrap on this. But congratulations, Daniel, for your win there. Becky, great effort. Again, you are a true contender when it comes to this game. All right, got one last song, and hope you liked it. Again, a lot of my songs, you know, I'm a big advocate for making the most out of life, aspiring for more out of life. And I think it's just so easy. It's so easy just to fall into a routine and just kind of live a mundane life. And don't get me wrong, not everyone has to go wild. Not everyone has to be an adventurer necessarily. But I do think, I think life is a precious gift. And I think to enjoy it most, you have to aspire for more. You have to make the most of your life. And it's going to be different for each of us what that means necessarily. But I know for certain that all of us have certain things that we would like or that we would want, but oftentimes it's fear that keeps us from doing that. And a lot of times our dreams, they kind of just stay in our heads. It's just a fantasy, but our lives never actually take action towards that. We never actually take the steps. And that's what this song is about. I write a lot of songs that have to do with that. A lot of songs to encourage you to make the most out of life because it is a precious gift. And I want all of you, I want each of you to thrive. I want you to thrive in life. I want life to be a blessing for you. And I want you to wake up every day grateful for the life that you have. And I want that for all of you. I want that for myself, and I want that for each of you. And so that's what a lot of these songs go with. So this song is called Waking Up. And that's kind of what it's about. It's just a song of sort of kind of acknowledging the challenge, acknowledging the fear, but ultimately making the choice that I'm going to wake up and start dreaming. The dream is no longer just going to stay in my head and in my heart, but I'm going to start taking action on it and start walking towards it, start going towards it. So hope you enjoy it. This is going to be the last one, and then we'll put a wrap on this stream. This is Waking Up.
It's too much effort to pull away the covers that hold me down and won't let go. It smothers me, the weight of this anxiety pressing me into my pillow. Blissful sleep, chasing lies and counting sheep. It sure is easy, but not for me. So here I am, with all I have, waking up, facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up so I can start to dream. I toss and turn, and tick by tock the hours burn, pleading for this night to end. Part of me begging to go back to sleep. Sure is easy, but not for me. So here I am, with all I have. I'm waking up, I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down, I can't stop now. I'm waking up so I can start to dream. You're not worthless. You have purpose. Time facing what's in front of me. I won't back down. I can't stop now. I'm waking up so I can start to drive. So here I am with all I have. I'm waking up. I'm facing what's in front of me. I won't back down. I can't stop now. I'm waking up so I can start to dream.
Thank you. Again, that is Waking Up. And if you enjoyed that song, it is available on Spotify, and you can download it from my Bandcamp. All right, we're going to catch up with the chat, and then that is going to be a wrap on this stream. I hope you all enjoyed it. Again, congrats to our winners for Becky and Sean winning the team match. Congratulations. And for Daniel winning the speed round, congrats. I hope you're enjoying your pizza if you haven't already finished it. All right, let's see here. Catching up with the chat. Yep. Good sportsmanship in the chat. The best Ben and Jerry's flavor, would that be cookie? Is that what you mean? I might have to try that. Yeah. I love some chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. That's some good stuff right there. I'm getting hungry. I was going with the song The Sound of Music. I might be missing what Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. If the wind and rain are too loud for me to sleep, I'll listen to Quincy's Christmas playlist. I will say, though, maybe try to pick and choose what you do, because, again, some of the songs on there are metal, so they're not all just like soft, pretty music. There's some, more high-energy songs in that playlist as well. You could definitely find a section of soft, pretty, nice, dreamy Christmas music. And then I think Becky is highlighting the lyrics from the screaming section. I'm waking up so I can start to dream. But absolutely. Thank you for the fire. Much appreciated. Thank you for the stream, Quincy. Absolutely. My pleasure. Sounded great, Quincy. Congrats on your 200th stream over 4 years. On December 16th, 2021, you played Oh Holy Night for us. Thanks, and here's to more streams to come. Well, thank you, Daniel. Much appreciated. And yeah, I did do a Christmas stream a while back. Whether or not that'll happen this time, I'm not sure. We'll see. Maybe the last stream it might even line up. If it ends up being like an acoustic stream, it might work anyway, and I can do some Christmas songs. So we'll see. We'll give that a shot, but thank you, Daniel. You've been with me for quite some time. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your friendship, and always enjoy catching up with you. Always rooting for you and excited for all your endeavors. And Becky, it's been such a pleasure getting to know you this year, and you've been so supportive of the streams, and I've always enjoyed chatting with you and spending time with you. And so I hope 2025 has been a good year for you, and looking forward to the rest of this month and excited for each of you, and a happy new year to come. Please feel like you're not letting us down by having to cancel a stream. December is a busy time. Well, I appreciate you for understanding, certainly. Going to listen to that too. Thanks, Daniel. Yep, awesome. Sounds good. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for the kind words and the support. Again, just a quick reminder. Well, here we go. That's not the link I meant to post, but there's the Christmas playlist. So if you want to check out some Christmas music, again, there's a lot to choose from. So you're probably guaranteed to find something. I can't guarantee you'll like everything in there, but again, over 300 videos in that playlist. So I think you'll find some interesting stuff in there. I think you'll find maybe a new favorite Christmas album. I think that's kind of the fun. Like each year, like, it can't hurt to try like a new Christmas album, and you never know. Like you might find like, man, that's a good one, good one to add to your collection and pull out each year. And then, of course, you've always got the favorites to go back to. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, you know, if you'd like to hear more of my music, one second. Whoops. Again, if you'd like to find my music or show some support to my music, you can do so in the link that I just posted. It's also pinned at the top. But that link, allows you to get to my Spotify, to my Bandcamp. If you'd like to leave a tip, there's a virtual tip jar in there. And if you'd like to sign up for my email list to stay notified whenever I do release new songs and such, you can do all that through that link there. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Until next time.